Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today in this video, we will discuss about one of the most interesting topic in the physics, that is kinematics. So before going to know the kinematics, it is how this can be classified for the physics various branches. So look at that. So before going to know the kinematics, here you should know about mechanics. So what it means by mechanics? In the physics, we are having many different sub branches will be there. In that, mechanics is also one of the sub branch in the physics. So here the mechanics is nothing but the subject which deals about the ordered motion of an object and as well as a rigid system. Here, ordered motion of an object is nothing but suppose when an object is in motion. So what is its velocity, displacement, nothing but whatever the factors we are going to discuss when the object is in motion. And as well as it can deal about a system, even with, when it isn't a rest. What is its area, surface area, volume, density, again such factors. This all the complete information is given by the sub branch of physics that is called mechanics. So mechanics, simply you can define that it is a branch of physics which deals about a ordered motion of an object. Mechanics, it is a branch of physics. Is a branch of physics. It deals nothing but it explains about, it deals about ordered motion of an object, ordered motion of an object and a rigid system or a body. So already we know that it is a one of the sub branch of physics. Still there are another branches will be there like optics, electromagnetism. So and those are also the sub branches. Now this kinematics is again a sub branch under the mechanics. How this kinematics is classified from the mechanics and what it can deals about of an object. So here if you see the classification of mechanics, and the classification of mechanics is going to classified into two ways. So one of the classification of mechanics way, that is depending upon the speed of light. Speed of light. So based upon the, by comparing the speed of light, that we can indicate with a letter C. Already we know that the speed of light C is equals to 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. For our convenient language, if you convert that, you will get as 3 lakhs kilometers per second. Now, based upon, by comparison, the object speed comparing with the speed of light, these mechanics will be classified into two types. There, one is Newtonian mechanics. Newtonian mechanics. And another is Einstein mechanics. Newtonian mechanics and Einstein mechanics. So how you can decide whether which is a Newtonian mechanics and which is a Einstein mechanics? So here Newtonian mechanics is nothing but if you take any object which is having a speed or velocity is less than the speed of light. Here speed of an object or velocity of an object is less than the speed of light. So not only the less than, it will be very less than by comparing with the speed of light. So nothing but the speed of light is 3 lakhs kilometers per second. If you take any example, if a car is moving on the road, or try to take its maximum speed either 120 kilometers per hour, not per second. So 120 kilometers per hour is the speed of a car. If you compare that to the speed of light, that is 3 lakhs kilometers per second. So try to compare them. The speed of car is very, very, very less than as a compare speed of light. So now that speed of the car is comes under Newtonian mechanics, nothing but whatever the remaining factors are can be explained under the Newtonian mechanics. And coming to the Einstein mechanics. So Einstein mechanics is nothing but a speed of an object is either greater than or equal to the speed of light. Greater than or equal to speed of light. Nothing but the object is having almost it is equal to the speed of light or maybe greater than the speed of light. So generally, whatever the objects present on the earth, all the objects are having the speed far less than compared with the speed of light. That's what on the earth, almost all the objects are under Newtonian mechanics. Now, where this Einstein mechanics is useful to us. So whenever we move on to the space, the objects which are moving in the space, maybe they are equal the speed of light or maybe they are having greater than the speed of light. For the particular explanation of the motion of those objects which are moving in the space, this we can comes under the Einstein mechanics. So this is the one of the classification. This classification of mechanics is based upon the speed of the object by comparing with the speed of light. If the speed of object is very, very less than the speed of light, then that comes under Newtonian mechanics. If the speed of object is greater than or equal to the speed of light, then that is comes under Einstein mechanics. So this is the one of the classification. If you see the another classification, if you see one more classification, so in this mechanics should be classified into 3 subgroups or sub-subjects or sub-topics. In that, first one is statics. And the second one is kinematics. And the third one is dynamics. Now, based on what these are classified from the mechanics. Here, the speed of light is comparing the speed of object with the speed of light. They are classified into 2. But here, again, the mechanics should be classified into 3 here, based on what those 3 are classified. Now, here, statics is again one of the sub-branch in the mechanics, where the statics is deals about the objects which are at rest. So it can be deals about the objects which are at rest. So suppose if an object is at rest, what is its density, area, surface area, how much volume it occupies. So like these physical factors are can be explained under the statics when an object is at rest. And kinematics. So in the name itself that kinema, which is a Greek word. So the word taken from the Greek language. So the Greek language word is kinema. The meaning of kinema is motion. So nothing but the kinematics is again one of the sub-branch from the mechanics, and it deals about the objects which are in motion. And one more point you should remember that in the kinematics is deals about the objects which is in motion. But what is the cause of motion or reason of motion? It cannot describe or it cannot discuss about that reason or cause of motion. Now, whatever the reason cause of motion is not explained by the kinematics, that reason and cause of motion is explained in the dynamics. So reason or cause of motion, reason of motion. So I think now you can understand kinematics is one of the sub branch in the mechanics. Mechanics is again a branch of physics. Now, so if you move on to the kinematics, the main things you should know that. So I am very thankful to all my subscribers and viewers. Please like this. I want your support. If any students have started their GMAS and G advanced preparation, if they will follow my channel, definitely I think it will be helpful to them. And I want your support, so you can share my channel to your friends and let them to subscribe. Next, if you move on to the kinematics, already I said kinematics is a branch of physics. Kinematics is a sub branch in mechanics. And kinematics is deals about the objects. Kinematics is deals about the objects which are in motion. Objects which are in motion. Now, here kinematics is deals about the objects which are in motion. Now, what can be motion? How you decide whether an object is at rest or motion? So that can be decided whether the object is at rest or motion. Nothing but if you say an object is in motion, that object should change its position continuously with respect to its surroundings. For example, if I'm standing here, the observer should observe all the surroundings of me. So the time is going on. The same observer is observed that there is no changes around us or no changes in my surroundings. Then the observer said that yes, you are in rest. So nothing but if you want to decide whether the object is at rest or in motion, that can be depending upon the surroundings of that object and time. Now, how you can decide a rest or motion? So it is very, very simple to decide whether the object is at rest or motion. So here rest is nothing but if an object does not change its position continuously with respect to its surroundings and as well as our time. So nothing but if you check a particular object, after some time again, if you check that object, if it not changes its position, then you can say that that object is at a rest. For example, if you take any tree or any school building or any hospital, so if you observe that a tree, the position of a tree with respect to its surroundings, after 1 hour, again you check the position of tree, you can observe that the position of a tree does not changes. After 2 days also you can check the position of tree will be same. It does not changes. So like that, the time is going on with respect to its surroundings. The object does not changes its position. Then you can say that that object is at a rest. How can you decide an object is at rest? If the position of object, if the position of the object does not change, does not change with respect to its surroundings, and time. Surroundings and time. So how you can decide an object is in motion? So quietly opposite to this. Here the position of the object does not change. There the position of the object changes continuously. Suppose if you take an example of a car is moving on the road. If you observe the car at one particular point of time, it will be located at one position. After 5 or 10 minutes, if you observe the position of a car, definitely it will change. Otherwise, a moving object, moving means generally that object is changes its position continuously with respect to its surroundings. So if you want to say that object is changes its position, that is depending upon its surroundings. So if the surroundings are continuously changes, then you can say that the position of object is changes continuously. Based upon that, we can decide that the object is in motion. So you can write if the object changes, its position continuously with respect to its surroundings and time, then we can say that the object is in motion. Now, so already I said on the earth, for all the objects, all are having less than the speed of light. That's what for all the objects we can applicable the Newtonian mechanics only. Right now, and one point you should remember that is it rest and motion are absolute? Rest and motion are absolute. Is it right? Let us take an example. If I am only the observer, if I'm observing this board, I feel that this board does not change its position. So I decided that yes, this board is at rest. If I change my position from the surface of earth to the moon, from the moon, if I observe, the state of the board is in motion. Why? Because when I observed from the moon, the earth is in motion. When the earth is in motion, automatically the objects present on the earth also in motion. So nothing but this room is also present on the earth surface. That's why this room is in motion. When the room is in motion, automatically this board is in motion. Here, at one point of view, when I observed from the surface of earth, I feel that this board is in rest. When I change my position from the earth surface to the moon, from there I observed that this board is in motion. So here I am observing the same object from the two different positions. When the position of an observer changes, automatically the state of the particular object, here a board, is also changes. Suppose if the observable changes, let us think that if two friends are moving, sitting in the train is moving on the track, and one person who is stand on the platform and he is observed that those two friends are moving or motion along with the train. That is the point of observation by a person who is standing on the platform. He said that those two friends are moving along with the train. If another observation, if you take the person who is sitting inside the train, that person said that this person is residing away, or moving back. And with respect to the platform, the person is at rest. But in the point of observation, the person who is moving in the train, that person said that this person who is standing on the platform is residing away or moving back. So here in these two observers point of view, one person said or one observer said that the object is at rest, and another observer said that the object is in motion. So in the point of two observers, both the statements are correct. Here the point we are getting that rest and motion are relative. Those are not independent. That's what rest and motion are not absolute. Rest and motion are relative. So that point you should remember, rest and motion are relative but not absolute. So this is one of the important point you should remember under the kinematics, but not absolute. And next, what about time and mass? Mass and time, is it two are relative or absolute? Here, mass and time are absolute in the kinematics. Already I said the kinematics, what we are applying, that is again the classification of Newtonian mechanics. Why? Because we are applying the kinematics on the surface of earth. Whatever the object we can take, the speed of the object is far less than by comparing the speed of light. So mass and time are absolute. So what it means by absolute? Mass and time are independent. It does not depending upon any other factors. Even if I calculate the mass of any particular object, I will get some value. If any other person who will calculate the mass of the object, that person also getting the same value, even time also. So nothing but mass and time are absolute in the Newtonian mechanics, and whereas the rest and motion are relative in the Newtonian mechanics. So that you point you should write, and that is one of the most important point you should remember in the Newtonian mechanics. So what and what mass and time are absolute, but rest and motion are relative. Rest and motion are relative. Motion are relative in the Newtonian mechanics. Okay, so this is the just a brief introduction how the kinematics will sub branch of mechanics, and mechanics is a branch of again the physics. So I request to everyone, please try to subscribe my channel and share to the friends. I think in this pandemic situation, it will be useful somewhat to the students especially. And this is a kinematics part one, and the kinematics is a somewhat longer concept, so I can do this in parts. So this is just a basic introduction of a kinematics. So in the next part, upcoming parts, we can discuss about what is displacement or distance, speed, velocity, and how we can solve the problems based upon the formulas. So everything I will be explain the upcoming parts of the videos. And thank you for all my subscribers, and I want the support like this. Please share this channel link to your friends and let them to subscribe. Thank you.